here, another day in the office. This is going to be a very special week. We have a lot of people leaving and a lot of people coming. And yes, this week has been very, very intense in a very good way. It has been the first week where the entire team has been fully based in Barcelona. The amount of progress we have done has just been absolutely crazy. I've regained a lot of hope, a lot of momentum. A lot of things have been happening. I would even say that this week has been one of the most crucial moments so far. And I feel like so much of it has really been because of the team. We have grown, all the support I'm receiving. This has been something I've been looking forward to for such a long time. It really feels like a dream come true. So I was always wondering for like this entire time, for almost 1-2 years, how do I find the first people? How do I even hire people with a low budget? Yeah, I feel like I've finally gotten some answers to that, and I would love to share those with you. I would also, like to pinpoint what kind of possibilities you have when it comes to hiring, how to go about equity. But yeah, I hope that, if you yourself are growing your business, I hope you get some value from this. All right. Last activity of the day. What a day this has been. And tomorrow I have to send this video to Marta, my dear editor. And yes, I'm going to share with you kind of the process that I went through to hire the first 3 people, the Charisma team. Specifically, the hires I have is the person that is editing all the different YouTube videos, the podcast, turning those into different capsules. I also have Sara. She is kind of my right hand within the business. At the moment, Charisma obviously has a co-living space, but we also organize on average 1 to 3 events per week. There's a lot of moving parts to the business. And so she is really, really valuable when it comes to helping me execute on those things. On top of it, we also have Alejandro, who is an advisor since March of 2020. He has been helping out with everything related to sales and marketing. He also knows a lot about real estate. I feel like we complement each other really well. And so, as you can see, these different areas are areas that I'm not an expert really in. I dreamed of hiring people to take care of the content side of the business, the financial and operational side as well, for such a long time. And I realized very quickly that I was really coming from a place of seeking emotional support. Because when you start the business, when you go from idea to actually having this machine that's running, there's so many moving parts that are just constantly happening all the time. Of course, operating one co-living space is not the craziest thing here in the world, but if you're trying to scale it, right, you have to find new properties, you have to do this, you have to do that. And so very early on, I was like, I don't want to do these things. I want to just give them on to someone else. And now looking back, I think it is crucial to have that phase, spend time in doing all those things at the very beginning, but only for a limited period of time. And what really helped me a lot, especially, was to really document all these different areas, right? I remember having some brainstorming sessions a few months ago where I was like, okay, this is the marketing thing, and these are all the activities that are happening. These are operations, and these are all the activities, all the actions that I'm currently taking to make sure that all the different departments of the business are actually happening. But at some point, you're gonna feel like you're spending so much time in those daily activities that you no longer have time to grow and expand the business. And that right there is probably a sign that you probably need to get more people on board. As you can see, this is, not the thing I'm most excited about, but something that has to be done at least once per week. My phone as well. While I'm doing this is time I could be using to scale the business, offer a better experience, find a new property, organize dope events, focus on the general strategy. But instead I'm doing this shit, right? Once per week. I'm also, there's a lot of move-ins happening this week. So the cleaning lady is completely overloaded. She is like cleaning all the different rooms, ironing all the bed sheets that I had to go take to the washer today, bring it back, hang it up, do all these sorts of things. And that's why it's so important to create systems, have processes in place, so I can start delegating, outsourcing, and automating all the different business activities that are not generating revenue, right? For me, as the business owner, as the founder, as the CEO, I should be spending as much time as possible on those activities that are really driving the business forward, right? Instead of doing these things. I don't mind doing it for the first few months, right? But if I don't delegate these things, I will just keep on doing these things. I'll burn myself out and I'll end up in a place where I'm like, fuck this shit, I don't want to do it. So yeah, for now it's okay. I don't mind it. It's all part of the story, part of the journey. But yeah, that's why having these systems in place is so important. And so the big question that most people kind of face is like, okay, how do we even hire these people? Especially if I don't have the money. Obviously, you have the equity side of the equation. And for that, I just did this post the other day, this Monday, which was one of the learnings of the week. And so to know whether you should be giving equity to someone or not, it's helpful to think about the following riddle. In a bacon and eggs breakfast, what's the difference between the pig and the chicken? The chicken is involved by providing the eggs, and the pig is sacrificing its life to make the bacon. So if someone really is, putting things at risk, if this person is putting down money, quitting a job, missing out on other potential opportunities, that's enough to give this person some potential equity. If you don't have someone that is equity worthy, one of the things that has really helped me is getting interns. Obviously, since the pay is lower, there's other ways to potentially add value as well. Whether it is, potentially promising equity in the future, a payout in the future. A lot of the things and the tasks that I give and the projects as well, I try to also give things that are really going to enrich them in many different ways. Clearly, I'm still doing a lot of the work, the operational work, like for example, cleaning the laundry and doing all these other things. But the goal should be to slowly start delegating those things so you can spend more time actually on the things that are driving the business forward, which may be the strategy, the vision, maybe even the sales part, or the things that are within my zone of genius. Another thing that I'm also really heavily relying into. Yeah, I'm in my room now. I don't know if you watched the first 2 episodes. But I shared that I'm using my sister's bedroom as my office, who is now visiting. So yeah, I'm doing it here in my room, which is not bad at all. But yeah, I like to keep some sort of separation as well. But yeah, the other thing is not talked about enough is really technology. The amount of times I now use ChatGPT, other automation tools like Zapier to automate a lot of the workflows within my business is absolutely crazy. And so, for example, right here, I literally did this today. I wrote out, the entire customer journey. And I wrote out, okay, this person goes this, it goes like this. And then I wrote out right here all of the different automations I can create so that those things can happen in the background while I can focus on other things. And it's just always so funny when I get asked, what are you even doing all day? It's like all these little things. It's these to-do lists that are never ending. It's constant. I think, I know one day I'm just going to look back and appreciate all the work I put into. So recapping, at the very beginning of your entrepreneurial journey, it's going to be really, really tough. You're going to be doing a little bit of everything, but it's important to do those things, to really understand all the different processes, all the things that need to be done. Document those things so you can then share those with your future hires, which what they will need to do because you will have already done the work prior to that. Delegate the things that you don't want to be doing, but that are also keeping you away from focusing on the growth and the vision and the things that are really driving the business forward. And so if you don't have any money to hire someone, consider giving up equity for someone who's really also going to put in risk as well, who's also going to sacrifice time, sacrifice something, whether it is time, money, whatever that may be. Whenever you're thinking about hiring someone, think about whether this is someone that is going to do something recurringly or just temporarily. Is this something that can be done by an intern potentially or through technology as well? Overall, I feel very grateful. A lot of things are happening, and I think in the next video or in the one after, I'm going to share with you something very big and something I'm really, really excited about. It's the next morning. I have Sarah here working with me. Took a little break, and I was thinking, of course, having a team is amazing for growing, for scaling your business. It's absolutely wonderful. But at the end of the day, having people that share the same vision as you do, having people to share the ups and downs with, having people to bounce around ideas with, just makes life so much more enjoyable. And at the end of the day, what I really believe in with charisma and what I really want to transmit is that together we are stronger. Together we can accomplish so much more. I'm very, very excited not just to build the community of creators here in Barcelona, but also to build my own internal community with a very solid culture where everyone just supports each other and makes each other grow in all areas of life. So yeah, gonna go back to work, but feeling extremely grateful for everything that's coming. I know that this is literally just the beginning, and I can already kind of picture myself, in a few years having a very solid team, maybe even an office, and looking back at these days where we were just bouncing around different hotels, working in each other's homes. Yeah, this is just the beginning, and thank you so much for being part of this journey.